Hi, it's Dave Robinson with PlantCoverCrops.com. I'm at the Acres Conference in Indianapolis here in December of 2010, and I'm with Matt and Kim Davidson from Mighty Mustard, MightyMustard.com, and we're going to ask them some questions today about why we should use mustards as cover crops. So, Matt and Kim, why should we use mustards for a cover crop? What are some of the benefits?
Well, we're seeing a lot of push towards more natural and sustainable agricultural practices in small farms and home gardens, and with that, some of the benefits are biofumigation, which is an all-natural alternative to chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides, and the green manure cover crop gives you biomass and organic matter in your soil.
So, how do we use mustards? I mean, out here in our part of the Midwest, a mustard is not really viewed as a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, number one, these mustards are different than wild mustards, so we want to emphasize that these have high glucosinolate levels. All brassicas have glucosinolates that act as natural herbicides and pesticides, but these particular mustards that you want to plant as cover crops have extra high levels of glucosinolates. How you'd use them is you can plant them either as a spring cover crop, a fall cover crop, or even a summer cover crop, depending on the actions you want to take hold. For example, if you want to use it as a fall cover crop, as soon as you harvest whatever crop you have, you can then plant the mustard seed. You let it grow for, again, depends on how much biomass. Maybe you just want a couple feet of biomass. Maybe you want 5 feet of biomass, however much you need. You do want to let it flower, and then before it sets seed, it's key to mow it down because you want to chop up the plants as finely as possible, and then you want to incorporate it into your soil. If you're no-till, it works great for that as well, but if you are tilling, or you can even use a hoe or a spade, however you want to turn it into your soil, you want to water it to help get all those glucosinolate actions breaking down and going into effect, and there you go. That's it. And then it's key also to wait 3 weeks between the time you incorporate it and you plant your next cash crop.
Now, why is that? Why do we want to wait 3 weeks?
The mustard is an allelopathic, so it will kill any other seeds in the soil with it. So that 3-week window is to protect your investment as a grower, so your seeds that you're putting in as your cash crop are not destroyed.
What if you have a 3-week time period, but there's not been any moisture during that 3-week time period? Do we need to irrigate? Do we need what do we need to do?
As long as you add water, irrigate right after you incorporate it into your soil, you'll be okay. You don't have to constantly water it after it's incorporated. That's our understanding.
Okay, so let's say that we have a wild mustard problem in our fields. Aren't we already receiving some of these benefits?
Yes, in a very small capacity. The glucosinolate levels of our mustards, our varieties, are so much higher than the wild mustards or anything else that it will suppress those wild mustards as well as annual ryegrass.
Suppress annual ryegrass. Tell me about that. So let's say I've got a farmer that's had some annual ryegrass that wasn't easily killed last year or in previous years, and they've got now where it's a problem where it comes back year after year. So this products can actually help to suppress or to kill those annual ryegrass seeds?
Yes, we had another organization run some research for us, and they had interseeded the mustard crop with rye. And they were actually slightly disappointed that it had killed off all of their rye that they had planted. The good thing for us was we found out that the mustards are very effective against the ryegrass.
Okay, so we do not want to plant these mustards with other cover crops, is that correct?
That is correct.
So it'd be a monoculture of the mustards, okay? Kim, what kind of seeding rate do we have on these mustards?
Our agronomist recommends 15 to 20 pounds per acre.
Okay, and approximate retail cost that a farmer should be looking at?
Approximately $3.25 a pound for 25-pound bags.
Okay, so they'd be able to get an investment of somewhere around $45, $50 per acre. It cleans up some problems. And then what about like with soybean cyst nematode and some of those things? Has there been any work done to see if it suppresses soybean cyst nematodes?
No, but we're now entering into a research project with the University of Illinois that's in a rotation with studying the effects on corn and soybeans. So this is brand new. But we do know that it has been proven effective in reducing Columbia root knot nematodes.
Okay, so
So
there is some level of
there's-
nematode control that we
Yes.
know of. So
Yes.
now you were saying yesterday, and real quickly as we wrap up here, mustards are used out in the Pacific Northwest
Yes.
quite a bit.
Yes.
And how are they being used out there, and why should we have Midwestern farmers really consider these mustards?
Well, in our neck of the woods in the Northwest, wheat growers and potato growers absolutely love the mustards as cover crops. Also, they're also being used in vegetable production. We work with a lot of organic growers who use it in their organic hoop houses and in their vegetable gardens. So there are a lot of different applications, and that's the beauty of it. But we're always looking for more growers, because the more we all learn, the better off we all are. So if you have any questions, just feel free to give us a call.
Okay, and Matt, the website that you guys have is called what?
www.mightymustard.com.
All right, great. So if you have more questions on mustards, go ahead and visit mightymustard.com. This is Dave Robinson from plantcovercrops.com. Thanks for joining us today.